Welcome to the Midcoast podcast. New shows every Tuesday with your hosts, Chris, Matt, James, and
See, I
Chan.
be higher than most. Top of the dollar, keep your eye on the coast. I see you wave a mile away and don't alert, I just post. Running out of evil, so the work getting slow. And they be tripping on the render, but be loving the post. Focus where you headed, how you cope on the road. I wanna fly out the city, wanna take you somewhere clean. Know you moving on the big and better things. You know I'm on the ring, you know I'm on call. You looking like you getting it, going
Let's get it started in here.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Midcoast podcast. I won't say what episode it is, but because frankly, I really don't remember. You can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch right now, and other streaming services, as I will say. How are you guys doing?
Good. Doing
East
good.
Coast is doing well.
I'm doing all right in the mid-coast here.
All right, guys. So starting off, I got some quick questions for you guys and the little segment that I'm adding in. But today's quick questions are going to be Black culture related. For some of us, our Black card will be on the line. So I got about 9 questions here, and just I'll go around kind of round robin and ask you guys. This one I'm gonna throw up to Chris. This is gonna be pretty easy. Chris, what's the best flavor of Kool-Aid?
Oh, that's Hawaiian Punch.
That's a shame.
Educate this man.
Hey, purple, baby. Purple's the best flavor.
Nope, Hawaiian Punch.
James, what do you think?
I am not Team Hawaiian Punch. I apologize, Chris. While I do enjoy Hawaiian Punch, not on that side of the fence.
What's your flavor then?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't hear the question.
James, what's the best flavor of Kool-Aid?
Ooh, Hawaiian Punch. That's not even a fucking. Oh shit. I'm sorry. That's not even a flavor. I agree. Fruit punch is. Ooh, no. The icy blue. Whatever one turns the color blue. I'm after the blue Kool-Aid.
All right, clearly the favorite flavor for the Black culture is red.
I know that, but I like the blue.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's
All right, Matt.
fruit punch, typically. Not,
Matt.
it's not called red.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Let me look this up.
We'll allow fruit punch. Hawaiian punch, no.
It's fruit punch, yeah. I just said Hawaiian Punch because I just bought it the other day.
Vitamin.
Matt, you just asked your mom for McDonald's. What's her response?
What do I have to do with that?
And the response, like, what's your mom going to respond?
Yeah, she's gonna say, "What do I have to do with that?" Like if I was like, "Mom, I want McDonald's," what do I have to do with that? Go get it yourself.
Chris, what do you think?
As of now, my mom would say, go get it yourself.
James?
My mom would be in. She'd probably ask me for a fish sandwich with extra tartar sauce, but
All right. For this one, it should be we got McDonald's / we got food at the house.
We got food at the house. Yeah.
the house.
My dad would say that for sure.
My mom's been a lot nicer lately though, so she might be like, "Oh, what do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Mom."
She misses you. You're out of the house too much, huh?
Exactly. That's what it is. The time off.
You're around.
All right. You're about to go to the store with your mom. What's the number one thing she tells you not to do?
James, you start.
Ooh, don't get your hopes up, because we're not getting anything here. Or no toys. She would preface visits with no toys.
Chris?
Don't grab anything.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't touch anything, don't ask for anything.
Yep, that's right. Don't touch nothing.
Don't touch nothing. That means touch everything.
All right, Chris. What do Black people call a barbecue?
A barbecue? A cookout.
Did you get him? Did you Google that?
No, my hands are here. I was just messing.
I'm team cookout as well.
Yes, Matt. Yes, the answer is cookout.
Cookout. I'm over for some eatings if I were to pick a different answer.
Matt, finish this sentence. Stop crying before I
give you something to cry about. Boom. Don't even ask them. That's what it is.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get my
Yeah,
I
that's
think we all got that.
exactly-
I think we all got
Yeah.
that one.
I have a question. That's a follow up to that. Did anybody or did any of your mothers participate in the psychological warfare that was checking on you after receiving your whooping? My mother would classically come up to me or my brother and be like, "Oh, you crying type of where you can't breathe and stuff." She'd be like, "What's the matter with mama's baby?" like she wasn't the one that just put in
Just
that.
whooped your ass.
Just point at her. Yeah.
Your moms ever do that? Cause that that used to get me.
My mom used to say, in 10 minutes, I'm going to be upstairs. You better be ready for your whooping. And you used to
Ooh.
be like watching the time and you're just sitting up there, just looking at your TV or wherever you got the clock at, and you're just like waiting.
Oh, that
I
sounds
felt
terrible.
forever.
It was a different type of psychological warfare for me. It was go get the switch. Like what?
Ooh.
I gotta pick out the.
I got to pick
that
out
was-
the one that's going to hit me with.
I had to do that unless we were with our family in Arkansas, where they were like, "Yeah, no, and don't come back with no measly switch, cause they'll go get the right one, right?"
James just comes back, it's just like this big.
Ugh. We
I'm
was-
getting none too brittle now.
Man, this is making me nervous. Man, y'all, you bringing up some past trauma, man. My mom had a belt, son, was creased in the middle. It was only for whoopings. I never saw her wear it. It was green, and she called it Dr. Green. And whenever I got out, oh, you want to go see Dr. Green? Oh, nope. Let me go ahead and straighten up. I'm done.
Don't talk about her like that. She would never.
Oh, hey, I probably needed it though. Doing a lot better.
We had a lot of wooden spoons.
No, I
Ooh.
got that swift backhand. Like you'd be like, yeah, whatever, and then you, oh.
Oh, that reaction. Oh.
After a while, my mama just started throwing stuff at us, and found out that she played like softball when she was a kid, and she had really good aim.
Oh,
Like,
man.
dang.
It's like
Throw
those,
the
those
sandals.
Latina mamas, yeah, the chanclas.
Yeah, throwing with the chanclas. That's what I was thinking.
Straighten up.
All right, James. You just got invited to an event. What's the first question you ask?
Who's gonna be there?
Chris, do you agree?
That and food. That's my second always question. Is there going to be food? So I'll go with there's going to be food.
Matt?
Man, I don't ask questions, but when you ask who's gonna be there, that means you don't really want to go. Because I've had people do that. Okay, never mind. You're not coming. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's just highlighting the shade in my personality.
Or I used to have a guy watch UFC fights. Who fought? If you're asking, you don't know them, so don't ask me.
This one is, let's go with Chris. After you put the groceries up,
What was the answer to the last one?
it's who gonna be there.
Oh, you didn't say it, so
I didn't think it needed to be said.
I know. But maybe the viewers weren't sure. Gotta
The
be-
viewer.
The viewers.
Thanks. Now he knows.
The more you know.
All right, Chris. After you put the groceries up, what do you do with the plastic bag?
Oh, you save them.
Accepted. Matt?
You save them, use them as trash bags in the
Yep.
bathrooms.
That's right. James?
Ooh, I'm team bathroom trash bags.
Yep. That's all correct. And you also put them under the sink to store them as well.
Mhm.
Yep. Mhm.
Yep. And now that we have dogs, I use mine to pick up my dog's poop.
Ooh,
No, no,
Hey, that's risky.
I do.
Well,
Yeah.
you check the bag. You make sure it doesn't have holes in the bottom.
You guys
first.
don't have like the super thick ones now that you pay. I don't know if you pay 10 cents for your bags, but ours out here are super thick. They're like industrial grade. They're
Well,
like,
Walmart upgraded their game. They used to have those flimsy like gray ones. Now they have like a cream colored one that they're a lot thicker. Thank you,
Yeah.
Walmart.
I'm
Those are
team against using the bag. I use the bag to store the poop, but I actually have a scooper, which Catherine is not team scooper. She is team plastic bag, which she's had bags fail and end up with poop on her phalanges.
So why does she care? Why does she have an opinion about the scooper?
I don't know. Honestly, mine, it has nothing to do with the grossness of picking up poop. I just don't have to bend over further.
I hold my breath while I do it too. I hold my breath until I tie the bag.
So not good. How do you probably don't do well with the throw up or anything like that either, huh?
It just stinks and it smells the same all the time. I'm like, oh, that just stinks. And I pick it up. Hopefully I don't fumble it because then I'm like, oh gosh, I gotta get a breath on.
What a shitty conversation.
Yeah, there it is. Always with it. Always.
All right,
Some-
last question. Who wants to? I'm gonna. Who wants to answer this one?
I'll go first.
All right, Matt. If you get your food and you don't have a table, what do you do?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. Hold it in your hand and eat? That seems like a too obvious of an answer.
Lap table, bro.
James.
I'm going for a box. Like you have no idea. You take an empty box, flip it over on its side. You now have a table, son.
What happened if there's no box around?
Oh, you hold it in your hand right here. That's my table. One
Right
in
in
hand.
that poop scoop hand.
Hopefully you washed it.
I'm gonna have to. Chris got this one, man. It's lap. And you put it in the
Oh.
lap, man. And you sit on that chair and you just eat.
Does that mean your team Gene for napkins as well? In absence of a napkin?
No, you do this.
Oh nah, man. You just don't get your hands dirty.
So what was the outcome of the new segment, Shannon? Did anyone get their black card taken away? Or anyone given a black card?
Chris, I can't give you a black guy for using your lap, man.
What? I got the
That's-
bag.
Bro, you
can
said
say
you said some like high C, bro, for Kool-Aid.
Punch, yeah, that was suspect.
That fruit punch, I did.
Not that I was ever officially appointed or whatever, but I'm an expert on the subject matter. So
No one gets their black card taken away today. Also, no one will be receiving any black cards if they didn't already have one.
I'm pretty sure I at least got a C on that.
I don't think so. I think you got 2 right.
No, I got like 4.
What'd you get right?
Well, I got the color right of the juice. I got the trash bags. I got the lap table. I got the McDonald's question. I got a bunch of them right.
What did you say? You did not get the McDonald's question.
I don't even remember what the answer was, but I got it right.
You didn't get that one. I don't think anyone got that one.
See?
What was the answer to that one again? Oh, we got food at the house. That's
Yeah.
right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got hyped. I really thought we were going to McDonald's. I want to let you know what was going to happen.
Quarter pounders with cheese. It's all about the McNuggets.
I'm a morning McDonald's goer. Not really much for the day. Even though they make breakfast all day now, I get that, but that's
McGriddle's my favorite. I like McGriddles.
yes,
Yes, the McGriddles.
especially with extra syrup too.
Extra syrup. What the hell?
All right, guys, next segment. Moving on to news. Right now, we're going to talk about Leonard Fournette and the Jaguars. So Leonard Fournette was cut, or I should say waived, by the Jaguars today. What do you guys think of that? James?
Tough to see him go. It seemed like he was a really big part of that organization, originally drafted by them. I believe he was on his 4th year out of 5 years or something like that. But that's wild. It makes me wonder what's going on with the Jaguars organization, and seeing a couple of highly talented players leave there in the last year or so makes me wonder if they're kind of going backwards as a franchise, especially Jalen Ramsey as like the most notable, but also recently the Vikings got one of their
Yannick
pretty good
Ngakoue.
Yeah,
Yep.
that guy. He dude that fought with Black Panther in the movie. Like,
Michael B. Jordan?
yeah, I'm sure. That's what his name reminded me of. I'm like, yo, he's against the Black Panther rival. Like, but that's it's crazy. So I'm very shocked and surprised to see him go, unless he was demanding money or whatever. But I don't know like the specifics to his situation.
Yeah, I think it's crazy too. I think he was the 4th draft pick in the same year as Patrick Mahomes, and he was picked before Patrick Mahomes. So it's kind of crazy to see all this talent, kind of go to waste, or maybe just saying there's no real science behind who you can draft if he didn't fit the team, or if he was maybe on the field troubles, or what was going on. But it definitely seems more Jaguars issues, because so many players are demanding out, right? No one's really staying in that organization unless you're like Bortles, but everyone else wanted out.
I think they actually have Gardner Minshew as their starting quarterback now. Is Blake Bortles still on that team?
No, he's not on the team. It's Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, well, they say that it wasn't based on like salary cap space, but I mean, I think he was due for a big raise when it comes to his rookie contract expiring. But according to NFL.com, the Jaguars are like the second lowest cap use team. So they have plenty of money to go around, especially to sign a talent like him to kind of build your backfield around, and then just have a couple complimentary backs. Seemed like it would have been a good idea, but maybe there's some hidden thing here that they haven't mentioned. I don't know why you'd let that guy go. So.
Well, you go from like a team that went to the playoffs with a great defense and a decent offense, then they pick up Nick Foles and sign him to a huge contract last year, right? And then end up starting Gardner Minshew, like Shannon said, because Foles got hurt, and then they get rid of Foles to the Bears, and now they're trading everyone and restructuring their whole team. I think they're getting ready for a rebuild personally, and I think they're actually going to look to the draft for a new quarterback. I don't think I think he's just kind of a bridge quarterback. So it's going to be interesting to see next year what they do.
They might be trying to save up for that Clemson quarterback.
Yeah, that's what they're
Trevor
saying.
Lawrence.
Yeah, he's nasty. I would do that. I would throw my whole team in the toilet to get him, to be honest.
That's what they're saying on ESPN. They're trying to tank for Lawrence.
I have a feeling that it's a cultural issue and the culture might be negative. But here's a thought. What if it's not the Jaguars organization, but the players that they've recently got rid of? So your players like Ngakoue, like Fournette, and even Ramsey, like you mentioned before, James.
That's tough. I don't know. Ndakway's personality. Haven't really heard him speak much in the media, but I could see how somebody wouldn't jive with Jalen Ramsey. Um, After seeing him in some interviews and whatnot, and being outspoken with how he feels about it. I think you guys all know the culture of football. It's really loyalty is a big thing, and when you go out against the team, a lot of those guys are out on an island, but he clearly has the talent to back it up and landed in a good spot with the Rams organization. But yeah, it's so hard though when these guys have the Jaguars themselves, decent team. They've had their ups and downs. They were I don't know, 20 years ago, they're a newer-ish franchise, but it seems like every time they get close enough to turn that edge, something happens or it just doesn't work out. They got to find a way to believe in themselves and break through that culture barrier, I think.
All right, here's a question for you guys, alluding to a segment that we will hit on later on in this podcast, but I'll just ask this first question here now. Hot or not, Jaguars dropping Leonard Fournette, or waiving, I should say.
Not. I don't think I don't see why it was a good idea, but things come out later on. Like, we've seen plenty of players either get drafted real late, drafted too early, and then things come out later on that they were either busted for a lot of things in college, or they have personality clashes with other people. So maybe something will come out to say exactly why. So I think not right now, but could be hot later on. We'll see.
I'm gonna go with it's a hot move. So I think it's hot shit because it's due to the fact that if they do go tank for Lawrence, I think that's a better long-term move because they did dismantle their team. They don't really have any star power on there. I don't consider Gardner Minshew a star quarterback, so I think it would be a hot move if they rebuild the correct way.
I also agree in some sentence of the sentiment of the hot move. If it's the idea in my head, I guess I'm thinking on more of the player's perspective. If the idea is to ship Leonard Fournette off and let him on to better opportunities, like you're gonna die here, and we probably shouldn't pay you because you're a good back, and we don't want to waste your good years. I think it's a good move to do that if they care about their players, but also I don't know what that says about the organization, right? They have issues, but maybe it's clearly not the running back that's causing them to lose. So
I'm going to say hot because they got Chris Thompson in the backfield now, and he's on my fantasy team.
You do like a legacy,
It's redraft, but I picked him up as soon as I heard the news this morning. Also, Leonard Fournette hasn't been very efficient carrying the ball last year. So, hot move for them.
Yeah, did you see what I was going to allude to was, do you see that meme every time like a player gets dropped and it's Bill Belichick and they play like the WWE like soundtrack and he's like storming out the tunnel and and then it's like Leonard Fournette's release and he's like storming out the tunnel like he's going to go draft or get the player.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I like that.
Where do you think Fournette's going to go?
Well, they were saying Kansas City, which I think would be a good pickup for them because they don't really have good running back.
I hope that he doesn't because I believe they drafted Kyle Edwards-Helaire, who's also
Fire.
on my fantasy team,
Yeah.
and he's right now he's the clear-cut starting running back, and he's only a rookie. So
Yeah, that's why they're thinking he would go there because they don't have a veteran running back.
But what do you guys think of? Would you guys? Okay, would you rather?
Stop staring at James's face.
Would you rather go
Babyface James.
to a team to where you think you can make a difference and like shatter a bunch of records and maybe help them win some games, like a unestablished, like a team like the Jaguars, or would you go to, let's say, I don't know, like the Raiders, who have a heritage, that have a lineage, and maybe get fifth, sixth, or whatever in the record books? Like, what would you rather do, James? What do you think?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. I'm gonna be selfish. I probably would go to a team where I can make a difference because it feels good to be the man, and that would be pretty awesome. If it, a good run, 5 years at a franchise, even if you're not winning Super Bowls, but you're getting it done. I got some billboards up in the city. Why not? Versus assimilating into a team where you might not be remembered. Yeah, you're part of it, but I'd rather be up on billboards doing the radios, kissing the babies.
Like yourself?
Yeah.
that's like asking if you want to be Keenan Allen or not.
Messed up. Messed up. I think I would prefer to be, at least in my early part of my career, is what James said. I'd rather try to help a team win. I think in the elder, like the older Chris, I want to win a Super Bowl before I retire. So that's what I would do.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go to a team where we win, because I want to kind of wave around that ring. Because those old guys with those Super Bowl rings, they just wear them and they just like knock on the tables. That's the guy I want to be.
Got a ring, baby. I get that. Makes sense.
So you'd rather get drafted by like the Patriots than like the Dolphins?
Yeah, I think so.
Gotcha.
Me and Shannon in the Midcoast here used to participate in a flag league, I believe, flag football. Shannon remained a member of this flag organization, but apparently they got really mad at the commissioner, made their own organization, and everybody just left him, and now they just have their own league off on the side, right?
Yeah, they did. He was always like super emotional with the league and stuff. Like every other year, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna end the year," and people just got sick of it, and they were like, "All right, we're gonna just make our own."
It was like P. Diddy, like I'm shutting down the studio, y'all, unless you bring me 4 more teams. But yeah, they left. I thought that was pretty funny to hear that news. But anyways, we can
You
get
know, it
to
was
the show.
crazy how mad Billy was when I told those guys that they couldn't play with us any longer.
Man, well, no, this is Shannon basically.
I basically cut
Yeah, he
those
he
guys.
fired 100 people, just like no, but we had a team. We were pretty good. We were decent, but we needed to upgrade, right? We were getting things together. We needed more athletes on the field. We were getting old. We had to get faster. And GM Shannon comes along and basically has was it a call or text message? I think it was a text message, right?
It was probably a text.
Yeah, I don't you weren't old enough to face up to that. I would have texted as well at that stage in my life. But yeah, he basically goes and he's like, "Yeah, you guys are no longer part of the team. Sorry Chris, you're too short. Matt, you're not strong enough. You should probably cut your grass or something on the weekends instead of playing flag football on this team."
That's how ruthless he was.
I don't think he was. Well, he had to tell them they couldn't be on. Like they couldn't. The team is still going to be a thing, but you on it.
You are no
No.
longer a part of
Yeah.
our organization.
This team.
Yes.
He
He just
released.
cleaned house. He cleaned house.
Yes,
I
he
did.
released. He released about 6 people that weren't on contract to begin with, and they're mad. But guess what? We started winning games after that move.
We fucking sure did. And you know what else happened? We won a chip too. Bet.
Hey, championship. Hey, I'd like to think I was part of the beginning of that.
You were and you could have been, but you got hurt. All right, moving on to our next news segment here. We're going to cover Walmart is in partnerships with Microsoft to acquire TikTok. I know we talked about TikTok a few podcasts ago. What do you guys think about that meaning for Walmart?
Yeah, I think that's good. What I was hearing when I was doing some research on this was Walmart's kind of doing it to counter Amazon. So what it would be kind of used as using the TikTok stars of kind of advertisers to advertise some of their products or Walmart-based products or their brand. So, where you would watch a video and then there would be a link to go shop at walmart.com. So it's kind of what they're going to leverage it as is commercial, like a giant commercial platform, which I think it's a smart move on them. And, if you're going to take down one of the big powerhouses or at least rival one of the big powerhouses like Amazon, it's a good move. And then having somebody like Microsoft back it is definitely smart on their part. And I know Microsoft, I can't think of his name right now, but he's already in cahoots with TikTok and the Chinese market area. So it's a good guy to bring. Bill Gates. That was killing me. So yeah, Bill Gates is kind of already in that area and working with TikTok. So I could see it happening for sure.
I think it's a good move for Walmart too. I think it's impressive. It's like shots fired at Amazon. It's like, we're coming for you. So agree with everything Chris said basically. And yeah, ballsy move. I like it.
I think it's kind of messed up. I feel like they're forcing TikTok to like sell because they're gonna ban them if they don't sell. Pretty much what it seems like they're gonna ban them from the U.S. or like sell to us or get the hell out.
Well, yeah, it's kind of what we talked about in a prior podcast, right? Where they're controlling what we're viewing and they're collecting our data, where this will bring it where another US company is collecting the data rather than a foreign entity and a Chinese government. So, and I'm sure they're just going to sell to the US market portion. They're not going to sell the global portion. I don't know. I don't know how the deal is going to work out. I guess we'll have to see.
What makes it interesting to me is the fact that I just see it as it's an avenue to get to our data, right? People are using it. A lot of people have access to it. It seems like more of I don't know. I just look at it and see corporations fighting over our data and getting access to it. And it makes sense for a Microsoft and a Walmart to get after it if they're looking at Amazon and Apple as competitors. It kind of makes sense for those guys to team up to some degree in some shape and form. So I get it. I personally use TikTok a little bit every now and then. I got a friend that sends me clips, but I'm not scrolling through there every day. I didn't even know that you could like stuff on there and it would like affect your feed. It makes sense, but not like I'm an avid user. I don't have an account or anything.
I will bring up one thing from the last episode really quick because you reminded me of it, James. Did anyone ever download OnlyFans and go out there and find a PG OnlyFans account?
No, I did not.
No
No.
one did that?
I did not either.
No,
Matthew?
no.
What about a non-PG account?
James?
Those seem pretty easy to find, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I did my research just like anybody else, but nothing that we clean enough for this wholesome show. So.
I actually found out there's somebody that went to Morris that said something like she was mad at what's her name? The redhead.
Bella Thorne?
Yeah, Bella Thorne. She's like, oh, I hate her, blah blah blah. She ruined it for us entertainers. And I was like, wait a minute.
Oh.
And one of her friends was like, yeah, she ruined it for you guys. And I was like, what kind of entertainment is this lady up to? So.
Can you text me her name after the podcast?
Yeah. Who? I might.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know her name.
Just send it. Just send it in the message. Don't blast it out.
Yeah, you don't need to blast it. We don't want to have her get more fans. Sadly, probably has more fans than
our
us.
site.
Right, guys, moving on to another segment called Hot Shit or Not Shit. James, take it away.
Ooh, hot shit or not shit? I got a couple of good questions here this week, guys. First one, we're gonna start with Matthew. Recently, a man, I believe it was a man, was seen dressed as the Grim Reaper, trolling the beaches in Florida due to the coronavirus. So, obviously ward off and emphasize social distancing and whatnot, those type of measures. Matthew Howell, dressing up as the Grim Reaper and patrolling the beaches of Florida. Hot shit or not shit?
That's hot shit, man. Yeah, we're talking about it, so it's hot shit. Now he's gonna get dates. He can make that his photo on any kind of dating apps. Hey, that was me. And then like two girls don't know what he's talking about. Might as well, man. He's bored. He's been quarantined for a while. He needs to do something with his life. Now he has something he could say. Hot shit.
Ooh, I like that. Okay, hot shit for you, Shannon. Next one, we're gonna do a different one, right? I know we let people chime in, but I wanna do this. I'm gonna give you all a different one. We're gonna switch it up this week. Um, so Shannon, throwback to the protest in Minneapolis, Minnesota after the death of George Floyd. During these protests, there was a video circulating on social media of the Dark Knight himself, Bruce Wayne, Batman, showing up in full costume in support of the protests and George Floyd. So I'm asking you, dressing up as Batman to a protest, is that hot shit or not shit?
Gosh, I'm really torn. Dress up as Batman, kind of like, I don't really know if you'd need to do that at a protest, but going to the protest, exercising your right. You know what? I'm just gonna go with hot shit. Call it
Ooh.
good.
I just to further key you in on the video, Batman appeared or walked through a smoke of tear gas, I believe, and the
Woo!
crowd absolutely loved him. Like
Oh my god.
they loved him. It was like Batman's here. Uh, pretty cool stuff.
Oh man, you should have led with that. That's hot shit.
Just letting you
That
know. Maybe can we get that? We need to get that video maybe on the old news feed or the podcast feed there. The Instagrams, I believe, is what Chris would show it or call it.
dude, that's so hot. People will not forget that for the rest of their lives.
I know, right? What opportunity to show up as the Dark Knight. Chris Cormalis, next one up here. In Los Angeles recently, a pilot after takeoff reported seeing a man in a jetpack roughly 3,000 feet above the city
Don't
in
even
the
finish the hot shit.
airspace.
Hot shit.
Hot shit or not shit?
That's hot shit.
Jetpacking around the airport.
That's hot shit. That's awesome. Who didn't want a jetpack as a kid or as an adult? If I could afford a jetpack, I would have a jetpack. That's hot shit.
Right? My thoughts immediately go to CJ from San Andreas out there living his best life. So excellent. I appreciate you for sharing that with us. So yeah, that's all I got for the hot shit or not shit. You guys are welcome to chime in on your opinions of the other ones that you are not subjected to, but that's all I got.
Dude, that jetpacking one, that's legit.
That's sweet.
Right?
That's really legit. Doing it around an airplane kind of might be a little bit scary, but that's pretty legit in itself.
Makes me think of the guy, you've seen the water jetpack guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, flying around like Iron Man with the water. I'm like, dude, that guy is probably going to do that the rest of his life and retire and be just fine.
Jetpacking her.
What do you do? Just ride around like Iron Man, but with water.
I'm jetpack guy. Like, I do.
That's it.
Oh, too good.
All right, last segment of the day, guys. It's bad advice with me, your host, Shannon.
Woo!
All right, guys. Nice, wholesome bad advice today is to take advice, relationship advice specifically, from people that are not in relationships and are bad at relationships. That is my bad advice of the week.
I have no comment.
I'm team against relationship advice in general, I think. Unless you're like talking to a close friend that you can literally trust. And I'm not talking about that hater friend, right? That just hates the person that's not in a relationship, I think that Shannon's alluding to. But yeah, everybody's situation is different. And There's crazy stuff you hear about out there. Oh my God.
What are some of the crazy things you hear about?
I don't, just people doing crazy things, like the reasons people break up, or just being, or what, like, the cheating, everybody all out in the street doing all their things on the side. Like, no, just leave me. Like, we don't need to do this. Like, you don't need to date me and Chris, man. You don't need a boo on the mid coast and the left coast,
I got a question for Chris here. What if this girl wanted to date you, but she said she was like polyamorous or something like that? Would you date her?
Like long term or just short term?
I'm guessing short terms are yes. Would you introduce her to your grandma?
No,
Dang.
because then I have to explain that whole thing.
cold-blooded.
Then I have to explain everything to my
Hi,
grandma.
here's my girlfriend and here's her other boyfriend.
That'd be weird. No, I probably wouldn't.
Where do you draw the line? Where are the lines or the boundaries in terms of a relationship, Chris? Is it mutually exclusive, or
Why am I getting the grilling?
I don't know. I'm just curious.
I would I would say mutually exclusive is kind of, I'm old school. Like my
Okay.
relationships, old school.
That's your preferred, but you can be convinced.
Are you trying to convince me, Shannon?
No, I'm just putting
What if-
words in your mouth, making
what if
sure
she's
you
like-
deny them or not.
She was like perfect. You're like, oh my gosh, perfect. This is what I picture as a wife. And then she's like, well, I kind of already have a boyfriend though, and I want to keep him, but.
But I like you too. I'm too old for that shit. No, I'm good. Maybe in my 20s.
What if it was Kim Kardashian,
No,
but she was still in a relationship with Kanye?
I thought you were gonna say Ray J to really bring it back.
Hold on, I've got a quick one to add to that. What would you take advice from a girl that you're interested? Would you take advice from her ex? What do you guys
Ooh,
think?
Like the ex is trying to help you out to get with the girl you're interested
No,
in.
he's like, this is what she doesn't like. This is what she likes.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is what happened with us.
Yeah, trying to help you out, kind of.
Ours intentions.
Maybe.
or-
Right,
or-
exactly. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is attention's what you think it is. Okay, yeah.
I don't think I would, because you should be able to figure that out.
What if it takes time? What if he's like, yeah, I dated her for 4 years. It was great the first 3, and then the last year she just started freaking out. What if you can nip that in the bud earlier on?
I still trust it. No, it ain't worth it. Put in your work. If it's worth it, put in your work. You have to do the investigating yourself. You can't trust other people. He might be ready to hate.
Sure.
Hate.
Haterade, sugar, water, and purple.
Hi guys, that was episode 9 of the Midcoast podcast. Damn it, that was episode 10.
9+1.
Hi guys, that was episode 10 of the Midcoast podcast. Chris has got to get out of here, so we got to end the show. Catch us on Instagram, YouTube. We stream on Twitch and other streaming services. Peace.
Yeah.
Keep your eye on the coast. I see you wave a mile away and don't alert, I just post. Running out of evil, so the work getting slow. And they be tripping on the render, but be loving the post. Focus where you're headed, how you cope on the road. I wanna fly out the city, wanna take you somewhere clean. Know you're moving on to bigger and better things. You know I'm on the ring.
Thanks for listening. Add us on Instagram at Midcoast Podcast. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube and share with some friends.